In this video, I'm going to show you how I installed all this outdoor lighting on my pole barn. Starting with how I installed the line of lights underneath the lean-to, as well as how I did the motion sensor floodlights above my garage doors and around the building. It really makes such a difference having everything lit up like this. It looks good in the day as well. Hope you guys enjoy the video. As far as getting the wires out there, I really didn't want to go straight to cutting holes in my brand new building, so I used the existing vent gaps to sneak my wires through. Same thing goes for running your wires down the walls. The corrugated metal walls already have nice little bump outs that are perfect slots to slide your wires down behind the 2x4s, making it super easy to get the wires where they need to go. Now we just have to run our wires down from the 16-foot ceiling so we can get to our first switch box at the back of the pole barn. From that box, we're going to run and staple our wires along the top of the 2x4s behind the 6x6s to get us to the front door switch box and panel, creating two separate circuits for the indoor and the outdoor lights. There's going to be 4 switches in this box, 2 3-ways, one for the indoor LED lights and one for the outdoor lean-to lights. That way we can turn them on and off from the front and back doors. There'll also be 2 separate single pole switches, one for each of the 2 sets of floodlights in the front. I'm going to tie it into the panel real quick, but keep the breakers off until I'm done. Now for the fun part. Well, a little scary being such a tight fit, but we got it. I'm starting with the first box in the back where I pushed the wires out in the beginning of the video. From there, I'm going to be jumping from stud to stud all the way down the line. Once I'm done installing these, I'm going to boom up and open one of the boxes back up to show you an up-close view and explain exactly how it's wired, how to connect your wires, and how I ran my wires along the 2x4s. Then we're going to move on to the front center floodlights over the garage doors, then do the lights and switches in the back of the building, and finish it up with the front side floodlights over the pool and deck. Unlike the indoor lighting, which ultimately required much brighter, higher wattage deformable LED lights in order to get the building bright enough, I think these standard style light bulbs give off the perfect amount of light under this roof.
So these lights wire up really easy. There's 2 silver screw terminals for the white neutral wires and 2 gold terminals for the black hot wires. When you put the hooks on, you always want the hook end to face to the right. That way when you're tightening it, it tightens it in. As far as the ground goes, you just twist it up and wire nut it in the box. And you can basically just jump your wire from one box to the other box and go all the way down.
Now for the front floodlights above the garage doors. The switch leg wire gets ran up from the front switch box we installed. For the outside part, you'll want to check out my other video to see how I pre-assemble and pre-wire these floodlights before installing them to make them super easy to put up. It's hard to tell in the video, but these really light the place up. Those 2 floodlights really give a good amount of light outside of these doors. And the motion sensor turns it on early enough to light everything up before I get there. For the lights behind the building, it's similar to the front. It's so easy to run the wires in this building, and these corrugated metal walls are great to sneak your wires along. It's definitely a lot of wires to deal with, but it's pretty basic. The grounds go together, then the neutrals, then the hots go to the switches. It's important to label the wires like you saw, otherwise it'll be difficult to know where each wire goes. And you always want to make sure your screw slots are lined up straight so it looks nice and clean. These double-headed floodlights go up super quick and easy when you pre-assemble and pre-wire them like I show in my other video. Just run the wires, screw in the box, connect your pre-assembled cover, and you're good to go. Bam! What a night and day difference. I love having it lit up like this. These outdoor lights really finish this building off. Easy, quick, and inexpensive. I'm really happy with the way it turned out.